Yeah, welcome back, children. So now we'll discuss subset. What is subset? If you take two sets, A and B are two sets. Now the all elements of A, the set A is also elements in B. Okay. So and along with these elements, B has some additional elements also. So in this case, we'll call it as a set A is a subset of B. We'll go with example. Okay. So if you write A is equals to 1, 2, 3, but B is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What happened? Here the A has three elements 1, 2, 3, and the 1, 2, 3 has repeated in B, and along with these elements it has some extra elements also. Correct? So here we can call it as A is a subset of B. Okay. So the way of pictorially, if you want to write, symbolically you can represent it A subset of B. Okay, where that which side the subset opens, so that is represents about largest set. So B is the largest set. Okay, if you compare with A and B. Okay, and if any case, this is first situation. If I say B also subset of A, so that is what is the second equation tells us? Here the second equation tells us that every element of B is also element in A. So what I said in the first equation, all elements are there in the set B. In the second equation, I can say all elements are in set A. So simply from equation 1 and 2, A is equals to B. Set A is equal to set B. So these kind of sets can be called it as equal sets. So equal sets is nothing but if A comma B are two sets such that the exact elements of set A is also elements of B. So those kind of sets can be called it as equal sets. For example, by the example we can say 1, 2, 3 and B also has 1, 2, 3 exact elements. The elements are not at all changing. If the sequence changes, doesn't matter. Instead of 1, 2, 3, if we have 3, 2, 1, that doesn't matter. Okay, but the element must be repeated in set A and set B. So those kind of sets can be called it as equal sets. What is subset? If all elements of set A is also elements of set B, so in that case we can say set A is a subset of set B. Okay. Next, cardinal number. What is cardinal number? Cardinal number is nothing but the number of elements in a set. Cardinal number. So cardinal number is nothing but the number of elements in a set. It's called cardinal number. Okay. For example, a set A has A, P, L, E, M. Okay. These are the elements in set A. But if you comes to cardinal number, the number of elements of A, so I can write it as 5. So previously we discussed about null set also, empty set. Empty set means it has no element. Okay, it is empty set. But if you come to the cardinal number of empty set, that is equal to write 0. Why should I write 0? So here 5 and 0 is telling about the number of elements in a set. Am I right? So that's why in the null set we have no any element. So that I have written 0. The cardinal number of null set is 0. That's it. Okay. Right. Next. Yeah. So we have one more topic, that is when Euler diagrams. But people has to know to call just Venn diagrams. Mostly people knows as Venn diagrams, but actually it is Venn Euler diagrams. Okay. So Venn diagrams are very convenient way to represent the binary operations. Whatever operations we done with the sets, the relations with the sets, it's a very easiest way to show with the diagrams. Okay. What are the operations we can do? Only the two operations we can do majorly: union and one more, intersection. Yeah, here the symbol of union is, it's look like a U. Okay. Intersection symbol is reverse of it. Okay. What is union? So union of the set is nothing but, if you draw a Venn diagram, it is set A, it's a set B. So the shaded part here represents A union B. So what I am talking here I shaded the part of A and also part of B. That means union is nothing but we are merging all the elements of A and B. Yes. Okay, we'll see example. 1, 2, 3 and B 2, 3, 4. Yes. If I talk about A union B, so that is a mean. I told you previously, even if a number or a word or a letter repeats twice and thrice, we never repeat it. While we are writing as element, the element comes only once. Okay. So we are going to merge. Merge means mix up. We are going to mix up all the elements of A and B. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 2, 3, 4. So simply by mixing all, we can write 1, 2, 3, 4. Here 2 and 3 repeated twice, even though I have written 2 and 3 only once. That is union. That means I made mix up of both. I have written individually, identicals. Okay. Next, if I draw A intersection B, it is A set, it is B set. Intersection is nothing but the common part of both A and B. The common part of both A and B. Common part of both A and B. So if I write A intersection B here, then what should I write here? Look at what is the common in A and B. 2, 3. And here also 2, 3. 2, 3. Correct? Okay. In some cases, look at here we have only one. Here we have a 2, 3, 4. So in these cases, we'll write A intersection is a null set because nothing is common. Am I right? Got it all? So as from this one, A intersection means what is the condition? X should be belongs to A and X also should belongs to B. Union means X should belongs to either A or X should belongs to B. That means the element must be either in A or in B, because we are making union. We are going to mix up. Am I right? Here we are talking about intersection. Intersection must nothing but that must be common in both. Correct? So X must belongs to set A. X also must belongs to set B. Okay. Right. And one more action, that is disjoint sets. Disjoint set. That means if two sets have no any common element, so those sets can be called it as a disjoint sets. If two sets have no any common elements, and B is equals to 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So when I am talking about A union B, so nothing will happen. We'll add up and we'll write in a sequence. Okay. But if I talk about A intersection B, look at both the sets have no any common element. Correct? No. So in that case, the intersection of the intersection of A and B is a null set. So nothing is common. So I have written empty set, void set. Correct? It's null set. R equals to nothing, no element. Correct? Right. Next, differences of sets. It's very important. If you listen careful. A is equals to, I'm writing 1, 2, 3, 4, and B is equals to, I'm writing 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, if I write A minus B, the condition is X must belongs to A and X doesn't belongs to B. Correct? That means here we are talking about the elements which are in A, which are not in B. Okay, if there is any common, we will take it out. Okay. I mentioned one because one is common now. Now if I write A minus B, then look at, if you both, A is important, from B we are taking out. Look at A, 1 is common, so 1 we will take it out. So we'll write 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Correct? If you write B minus A, then condition is X belongs to B and X doesn't belongs to A. So here the important set is B, but if there is any common elements with A, so that will take it out. So important set is B. So if any common element with A, that will take it out and rest of the elements will write. Correct? So we'll write 6, 7, 8, 9. And remember, A minus B is not at all equals to B minus A. Okay? Remember it. Yeah, so these are the very basic concepts on sets, and by using these concepts we can solve the problems on sets. Okay, have a nice day, children. Thank you very much.